Exciting. Really pleased to be able to welcome you to Nuneaton and Bedworth at this time, and particularly to Nuneaton Town Hall. Really pleased that you're here with us today, and we've just gone blank. That's it, we're live now. So as I say, pleased to welcome you to Nuneaton and Bedworth and to Nuneaton Town Hall today. Really exciting times for us here in Nuneaton. It's been a long time coming. A lot of people have been waiting for it. It's now here. And I hope you enjoy the presentation and the information that we've got for you. Please do ask questions if you've got any afterwards once the presentation is complete. But hopefully you'll enjoy this. Thank you for coming. Chris, I'll hand over to you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor. And can I say for a start, it's great to see such a sea of friendly faces looking out at me at the chamber for what I have to say is very unusual for me as leader of the council. But today we are here to actually launch Abbey Street. And I can't tell you how delighted I am that we are finally able to announce today what that site will be called, because it will be not only a hat tip to our past, but signposting the great future that I believe, as leader of the council and the responsible portfolio holder, that our town and indeed our borough has. Transforming Nuneaton has been years in the making. It is not something which can happen overnight. And I know that many of our residents, and indeed many of the businesses which are represented here today as well, are desperate for us to get on with the job. And I'm pleased to be able to show today and actually take you up to the site later and show that we are getting on with the job. Now shortly, Dawn Dawson, our Director for Regeneration, will be giving an overview of what we have in store for transforming Nuneaton. But I want to say this quite clearly, that today we are demonstrating that Nuneaton and Bedworth is a place you can do business, a place you can trust us as a council to come and invest in, and that we want to work with you, not just to help you with your business, but to help with our town centre regeneration too. And this is also about the future of our children, because what we are able to show is that with increasing the capacity for skills, which will be coming with parts of transforming Nuneaton, we can improve their chances moving forwards. We know that in the county of Warwickshire, children in the north are far less likely to get good GCSE results than they are in the south. And as leader and as someone born and bred in Nuneaton, that is not something I am prepared to tolerate any longer. And what we can do by increasing the skills opportunity, moving forwards into the business sector, is actually give our kids here in Nuneaton and Bedworth a fighting chance of having a better future. And surely that is what any of us in this chamber would like to see. But also, what we are saying is that Nuneaton is not a dead town, it is a reviving town, and that we are determined to make Nuneaton and Bedworth the best possible place it can be for all of our residents, past, present and future. So I really do want to thank you for being here today. And without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Dawn Dawson, our Director of Regeneration, to give an overview of transforming Nuneaton.
Does that work? Yes. I don't normally need one of these, but because we're live streaming, I've been told I've got to use one. So it's really great to see so many of you here today and so many familiar faces as well. And I've just got a short slot really to talk to you very briefly about the Transforming Nuneaton programme. What you're going to see today is the first fruition, if you like, of the work of the Transforming Nuneaton Partnership. And that partnership is made up of ourselves as the Borough Council, Warwickshire County Council, Coventry and Warwickshire Local Enterprise Partnership, and also the Combined Authority. And for quite some years now, we've been working to build that strategic blueprint for the town, so that we can boost that economic growth. We can support all of those ambitions that everyone who lives, works and visits here, they have for the town. So the partnership has really worked alongside a lot of partners, and most lately we've run Towns Fund funding and Future High Streets funding from the government, which is also supporting the Abbey Street site. And as part of that, we've been really fortunate to have the significant commitment, the significant commitment of a number of other partners in the private sector. Quite a few of those I can see around today. They include the third sector, external businesses, and also the education sector. So the programme has identified a number of sites throughout the town centre. These are known as opportunity sites. And from there, this is how we intend to diversify the town centre. So increase the skills offering, start-up business provision, leisure, improving the nighttime economy, and therefore business opportunities for people. The projects are diverse. As you will see, I think as we take you around the site and actually take you through the Abbey Street development, we'll be able to point out all of those different parts that make up the Abbey Street site. So all of the leisure, all of the education, the business opportunities, the leisure opportunities that are available. So really just to say that the Abbey Street development is going to be transformative for the town. We absolutely believe in that. But not only for Nuneaton Town, its effects will benefit the whole of the borough. And this is just the first step really to delivering the physical regeneration, because we've talked about it a lot, we've promoted it a lot. But this is the first tangible thing that people will be able to see. And what we hope it will do as well is to serve as a flag to bring in inward investment from the private sector as well. So I will close there and I will hand you on to Rob Hughes from Queensbury Real Estate. They are the council's strategic development partner. And Rob will take you through more elements of the sites.
Okay, thanks Dawn. Afternoon everyone, I'm Rob Hughes, I'm from Queensbury Real Estate and we're the Council's strategic development partner. Queensbury is an organisation, we work with local authorities up and down the country, working on large scale regeneration projects for town and city centres. And the High Street, I think, as we all know, is an ever-changing place. The traditional retail model is sadly disappearing, and over the last 15 to 10 years has been in rapid decline. So a lot of our work is about working with authorities on how you reimagine the High Street and how you bring people back. And we were appointed by Nuneaton Council, started working with them in May 2020, which, if everyone casts their mind back, was a very, very different time. We were all still figuring out how to use Teams and what was going to happen and were we ever going to be able to go out in public again. So it was certainly an interesting time to be entering a large-scale town centre regeneration project. But I think it was credit to Nuneaton and Bedworth Council that they pushed on with our appointment. They brought us on board with a professional team and said, no, we recognise that we need to take the lead on town centre regeneration and we're prepared to move things forward. So we worked very quickly, very clear vision from the council on what they wanted to do, and it was to create a new destination hub in the town centre that would promote footfall and, quite importantly, would set up, as Dawn kind of alluded to, an avenue to attract future funding, future high streets, town fund, because working again with a number of other authorities, that's really clear criteria, having a plan, but also councils and local authorities putting their names to it and saying, yeah, we are going to deliver this, we're going to make good on our promises, and if government funding comes, we will spend it in the right way. So what I'll do now, I'll very quickly just talk through the different elements of the development. And I'll first start with part of the offer, which is eat, drink and shop. So again, looking to reimagine the traditional high street and bring people in and give a really quality offer. And one of the key parts is the food hall. I will make a very, very quick distinction. So a food hall is not a food court. A food court, think of shopping centres with McDonald's and KFC and Subway. A food hall concept coming from kind of Southern Europe and Mediterranean countries, Portugal and Spain. Very, very interactive, local produce, different flavours and very diverse offers with very much a communal feel at the heart of small street stalls dotted around the food hall, and then a place to eat and socialise, which is again key to the development, key to encouraging families to come in. Separate shops also in place and separate opportunities for small businesses to join and bring a different feel to the offer. Entertainment, again, a very, very key part, and part of the briefing that we had from Nuneaton was what we want to do is bring some entertainment offers to the town centre. We don't want people just driving out of town to have to go to the cinema or have a leisure offer. So a key part of what we're delivering is a 5-screen cinema, which we have got a partner identified, and then over 20,000 square foot of an entertainment centre, which again, think of the trends of entertainment where they're going now, very, very family focused, competitive socialising, and with an agenda around keep fit and social activity as well. Education, a key part of any town centre regeneration project is bringing in some guaranteed footfall. And again, this is where the confidence of the authority coming forward and being able to attract funding really plays a key part. So we were delighted midway through the project about 18 months ago to start working with North Warwickshire and South Leicestershire College. I would say that obviously given who's sitting right next to me now, but fantastic partnership formed, and really proud to announce that in early February we got detailed planning permission for the Digital Skills and Innovation Centre, which as the graphic shows educates up to 2,500 students, funded by collaborative partnership, government funding enabled by collaborative partnership between the council and the college. Okay. Live. Now this might sound like a bit of an off-piece from what we've said, but one of the aims again that we had from the project was to introduce a new residential offer into the town centre. Very little high-quality residential accommodation available within Nuneaton town centre, so that was one of the concepts that we wanted to really push, because again that's key. There's a number of buildings, again there's a number of buildings that are free, sadly due to the decline in the high street. So bringing confidence for the private sector to come in and invest and refurbish the large-scale buildings, create apartments and town centre living. And how do you do that when there's no market? Well, it's the local authority again to step in, drive forward. So part of our offer, as it says on the graphic, 30 stunning apartments that face onto the square and really bring a new concept of living into the town centre. And probably the last thing to talk about in terms of what's coming public space. And again, the amount of projects that we work through, and an absolute key factor is the heart of the space, the public space, an area where people can come. It's well lit, it feels safe, there's great facilities, it's a high quality area of development, it discourages antisocial behaviour. So a lot of focus really put on creating excellent public realm and making sure, again, perfect graphic to illustrate that people want to come and they want to spend time and they want as well. And these are all the ingredients that make a town centre. We've seen this in other authorities, and again, it's really proud for us to be working with an authority that wants to deliver this type of development. And the first phase, so again, for those who've had a wander around already today and what we're about to see, we are already progressing with phase 1, which is 145 bedroom Hampton by Hilton hotel, which again was fantastic news for us when we were first appointed, and the council, as you alluded to, Chris, a lot of hard work had already gone on and managed to secure an international brand hotel, which is never a bad starting place for a regeneration project. So 145 beds, BAM Construction are our delivery partner, well into the ground now and moving forward. And again, first brand new hotel opening in Nuneaton Town Centre and really kickstarts the development. And I think that then segues into our video.
Hello, I'm Councillor Chris Wilson and I'm the leader of Nuneaton and Bedworth Borough Council, and I'm here back on site in Abbey Street in the latest update about the works happening with the regeneration of Nuneaton Town Centre. As you can see behind me, there is plenty of activity going on. We have the workers and the diggers progressing with the new hotel. They have already done a lot of the ground investigation site work for the rest of the development, and over here you can see that the more contemporary co-op building has now been demolished in preparation for the additional units which we're going to be placing over there. So we will continue updating you with what happens, and as soon as we can give you more footage of what is going on in the Nuneaton Town Centre, we will do so. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And thank you very much to Dawn and Rob for giving us an oversight of transforming Nuneaton. No one ever actually likes seeing themselves on video. I personally hate it. I'm sure you all appreciate that. But what we are here to do today is actually name our site. And I am actually thrilled to announce, because I've been dying to announce this for ages. And I know that a certain other person in this room has also been dying to announce this for ages. But the name that we're about to reveal is a star who could pull in 23 million viewers on a Saturday night. Show me any other entertainer nowadays that can pull in 23 million viewers, and someone who actually loved Nuneaton as his home, and I am sure we will hear more about that in a moment. But Abbey Street will be known officially as Grayson Place. And as I said earlier, whilst we are looking to the future, I think it is so powerful that a son of Nuneaton who worked his way up, made his way in the world, could actually have somewhere named after them and be a household name, someone who is still loved in Nuneaton today. And I am thrilled to ask and invite Mike Mallion, his great nephew, and custodian, I should say, of everything Larry, to actually say, and I know it's very difficult in 5 minutes, Mike, and I know that you can go on for ages about Larry, so I know that you're going to try and constrain yourself. But can you tell us in just 5 minutes what Larry meant to Nuneaton and what Nuneaton meant to Larry? Thank you.
There we go. Larry Grayson was my Uncle Bill, and I'm absolutely delighted that this unique person is finally being honoured by the town he adored and which became his springboard to national recognition. He had very humble beginnings, being born out of wedlock as William Sully White at a nursing home in Oxfordshire. He arrived in Nuneaton at 9 weeks old to be fostered by my great-granddad, Jim Hammonds, and his wife, Alice. They lived with 2 young daughters in a terrace cottage on Abbey Green. Alice died of breast cancer when William was 6, and foster sister Flo took on the lifelong duty of caring for him as they lived together at various homes in Nuneaton. One of those was in Harefield Road, near where the bus station is now. During a Second World War bombing raid, the house took a direct hit, while Billy and Flo were in an air raid shelter and Jim was on firewatch duty. Left with only the clothes they stood up in, Jim, Billy and Flo had to queue up at this very town hall for help and to be given temporary accommodation. When the family moved to Priory Street in Stockingford, the next-door neighbours ran a local concert party and gave Billy his showbiz debut at 14, appearing at 5 Street Working Men's Club. That was enough to inspire him to become a full-time entertainer, and for the next 3 decades, using the stage name Billy Breen, he was a clubland comic and drag artist. But fame finally beckoned when, as Larry Grayson, he was hailed an overnight star. The rest, as they say, is history. He had his own TV show, he topped the bill at the London Palladium, he packed out theatres throughout the country and hosted the hit Saturday night show The Regeneration game, which attracted weekly TV viewing figures of around 20 million. Larry lapped it up. He bought a lovely detached house in Hinckley Road and had a chauffeur-driven Rolls-Royce. But stardom never changed him. He remained the same Uncle Bill I had known all my life. A kind, friendly man with a very moral attitude and a great sense of humour. He stayed loyal to his family and friends, and most of all to Nuneaton. After a short stay in Torquay, him and Flo came home to live in Harcourt Gardens, just across the road from here. In semi-retirement, Larry enjoyed walking his pet poodle into the town centre and around Riversley Park. He would do his food shopping in Marks and Spencer's food hall, stroll up Abbey Street and wander through the co-op. He would stop and chat with everyone and would always acknowledge people who remembered him from his clubland days and would ask, "How you doing, Bill?" My uncle was so proud of Nuneaton and his working class roots. In showbiz circles, on the chat show circuit, and during TV appearances, he would never miss an opportunity to mention his beloved hometown. That's why this exciting new development is such an apt tribute to a very special man. Throughout his 71-year life, Nuneaton remained very close to my uncle's heart. It's where he grew up, where he first got the desire to chase a dream, where he was able to reap the rewards of a hugely successful career, and where he eventually ended his days. Grayson Place will ensure his name is never forgotten. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike, and I think that's a very powerful tribute to a man you quite clearly loved and who loved Nuneaton and Nuneaton loved as well. And to emphasise that, it wasn't just us who came up with the name, and I have to pay a particular thanks to Nuneaton Memories on this because they actually ran a competition. I think Mark's just there at the back, aren't you, Mark? A competition for names for this new site, and Larry Grayson came out from the very residents of Nuneaton as someone who they wanted to honour, and myself and the deputy leader were very keen to see that come forwards. So thank you very much, Mike, for allowing us to actually honour Larry. So next, I want to hand over to our Member of Parliament for Nuneaton, Marcus Jones, and none of this would be possible without government support for making sure that we can transform Abbey Street. So I'd like to invite Marcus to say a few words.
Well, thank you so much, Leader. I'm absolutely delighted to be here today on what is a significant milestone in the journey of transforming Nuneaton. It is significant because, as in towns across the country, we've seen a huge change in Nuneaton as the traditional bricks and mortar retail has become more difficult, as the internet has taken a massive hold on retailing, and as things have changed over the last 15 to 20 years by all recognition. We are now on a journey to transform this town into a town that is fit for the 21st century, a town which local people will be able to be proud of, but also, I hope, a town that will be a model for other towns up and down the country to follow. And this is a partnership between the Borough Council, the County Council, the government, who are putting in £46 million, and there's a significant additional amount of money coming from our councils into these projects, and other parts of the public sector, such as education providers. But this will be a place where people can come together, where they can spend their leisure time, where they can work, where they can shop, where they can receive education. And I think it's really, really apt today, because leisure and entertainment will be a huge part of this development, that the naming of this development will be Grayson Place. It is very, very sad in many ways that the work and the success, which was huge, of Larry Grayson has never been recognised properly by this town before. And I'm therefore delighted that that recognition will finally happen through this development. So I'm excited about this. I'm hoping that once we see more of the construction get going, once we see more of the various parts of this development open, we can get local people properly excited, we can get local people proud, and we can once again have a town centre here that we can be proud of, we can invite people into as a beacon of regeneration. So I'm delighted to see today's announcement, and I look forward to more exciting announcements and more partnership working, particularly between the public and private sector. It's great to see the private sector here today so that we can take our local area forward and bring in not just people from our town, but bring people from far and wide to once again enjoy Nuneaton. Thank you.
Tell you haven't been in this chamber for a while, can't we, Marcus? Thank you very much for that view of where things stand from Parliament and the support that we've had from government, and indeed the future ambitions for Nuneaton itself. I mentioned earlier about those critical life skills and life chances, and one of our key partners in helping turn that around is North Warwickshire and South Leicestershire College. And you may have seen on the slideshow earlier about Glebegate, and I'm hoping that our next guest speaker, Marion Plant, the principal of the college, can actually say what it means to the college and how they're proud to be part of transforming Nuneaton. Thank you, Marion.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity, and can I also say how excited we are at the college and how excited the 12,000 students who study across the college are about this. This is a really, really significant development for all of us. And can I congratulate and thank everyone who's been involved in creating the opportunity for the young people who will benefit. So the college, North Warwickshire and South Leicestershire College, what a mouthful, has a significant stake in the development and in the success of this development. So we commit fully to doing what we can to support. And we were really delighted last month when planning permission was granted for what we're calling our Digital Skills and Innovation Centre, which is going to sit at the heart of Grayson Place. I can say it. It feels good to say it. Whoa. It's our aim at the college to contribute to the growth of the town, absolutely, and to boost opportunities for young people and adults, because the college works through from the age of 14 to however old you'd like to call it, 70 our elder students at the moment, but to really boost opportunities for these people to gain new skills and to pave their way for exciting and sustainable careers, hopefully benefiting our local economies. We need to keep them with us, which all the other aspects of the development, the entertainment, the living, etc., should help us to retain some of these incredibly talented young people and adults. By being given the opportunity to locate our facility in Grayson Place, we will open a shop window actually onto the college and how it operates. It's quite hard to imagine if you've never been to the college, and it's a little bit tucked away off the main road. It's hard to imagine what goes on, and I can tell you on a daily basis it's utterly life-changing what I see. But we're really excited about the fact we're going to be able to have this new location where you will be able to look in the windows and see what the young people and adults are doing and how they are being supported to develop their amazing talent. And I think everybody knows, private, public, everyone knows that the demand for digital skills and the automation of so many of our traditional industries is increasing. So what we'll be able to do, we hope, working in partnership with those who need it, we'll be able to provide an opportunity to develop very easily accessible training and then to be able to apply the digital skills to a very wide range of different applications and different services. We hope to increase participation in skills development amongst the local community. I think, as we know, there are jobs for nearly everybody now, but we need the skills to be able to get those young people and adults into the jobs. We're absolutely committed to providing support for local employers, current and future, and for entrepreneurs who want to start up businesses. We really want to provide this exciting, innovative environment where young and older entrepreneurs will feel supported to develop. And we're very, very clear that we hope to respond as quickly as we can to local need by providing pop-up training opportunities delivered wherever is convenient, in the town centre, in workplaces, at the Digital Skills and Innovation Centre, and at whatever time suits people. So we are really trying to modernise and get our approach to be progressive. We will take inspiration from Larry Grayson's example as someone who was skilled in bringing people together and engaging his audience. In the tradition of showmanship demonstrated by this great friend and supporter of Nuneaton, we want to showcase the talent and potential of this town by bringing skills training to the heart of it. We really look forward to welcoming you all to our new facility when it is completed and to seeing the first students take advantage of the fantastic opportunities that you have provided for them. So thank you for listening to me.
Thank you very much, Marion, and I very much welcome the commitment from your college and all of your staff and students to supporting the regeneration of Nuneaton and its people. And in that spirit of partnership which Marcus mentioned earlier, we have also had the great support of Warwickshire County Council in delivering this. We couldn't do it on our own, and it gives me great pleasure to invite Councillor Peter Butlin, the Deputy Leader of Warwickshire County Council, to say a few words. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you. It's an absolute pleasure to be here today. I've spent the last 3 or 4 years sitting on the Town Deal Board and the Transforming Nuneaton Board. They've even sent me over to France to do Cannes and MIPIN and promote the kind of Nuneaton over in France as well. So it wasn't a jolly. I was working on your behalf. Thank you for inviting me to talk today. I'm representing Warwickshire County Council along with Martin Watson, who does economic development, and unfortunately I don't think Wallace could be here today because I think he's got a hospital appointment, but also he works kind of hand in hand with all three of us in terms of developing with the transport portfolio, in terms of working with us in terms of making the future for Nuneaton Town Centre. I believe that a wide representation of portfolio is a good indicator of how important this programme is to us in County Council as well as to our partners. And I emphasise partners because couldn't be done without partners. We are committed to bringing about real change for the town and its economy and build on its wonderful potential and strong sense of place. And a case, we kind of now call Grayson Place, and I kind of wrote a heart back to my days when in the 70s and early 80s when kind of Larry Grayson was part of everybody's entertainment on a Saturday night, not to mention all the catchphrases that went along with it. I'm not going to mention to him, but I think you might have a few more place names coming from his portfolio. The sustainable travel will... We want to make significant improvements to accessibility, traffic congestion and air quality programme of roadworks over the next few years. We'll see these changes start to happen. Sustainable travel will be promoted and there will be changes to the infrastructure to nurture that change. But for today, we are talking about how we have seen property through direct ownership and acquisition and the finance behind it lead the way in the regeneration of the town centre. And that is my portfolio. So please allow me to recap the investment of the Council has made towards Nuneaton Town Centre. That will help us bring about the transformation that we meet all our ambitions. Transforming Nuneaton programme was developed to help take Nuneaton forward, become a hub for community and economy, and address the decline we have seen in town centres across the country. By key strategic partners, Warwickshire County Council, Nuneaton NBBC, CWLEP and the West Midlands Combined Authority. The development of this area of the town centre, bringing in new leisure uses, is a huge step forward, and Warwickshire County Council is proud to have been part of that. With the development into Grayson Place, we hope to see new jobs for local people, new leisure activities that bring the community together access to learning and training through partnerships with local education providers, residential properties, and many new residents proudly calling the town centre their home, and an increase in footfall in the town centre, which will support those businesses already operating in here. And along with that, but I'd like to say we need to develop a nighttime economy into the centre of Rugby and Nuneaton as well. Warwickshire County Council is committed to the TM programme, Transforming Nuneaton programme, and we have made financial commitments. Investment from Warwickshire County Council supported delivery of this scheme. Our contribution of 1.5 million helped to purchase the old co-op building, and which was a key piece in the jigsaw. We will be investing in our key developments and infrastructure improvements in the town, all of which support the diversification of uses, bringing in new opportunities and new private investors. And we look forward to see these move into delivery. As I said earlier, it will evolve so many different aspects of the County Council business, and we're all excited to be playing a part in such an exciting programme. And I congratulate everybody that's kind of made this happen and get to the day we are today, including Dawn over there. I've addressed regularly over Teams meetings over the last 2 or 3 years. So congratulations to you all, and hopefully we'll see the cranes above Nuneaton for quite a while to come. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Peter, and the contribution and the partnership that we have with the County Council is invaluable in actually delivering the Transforming Nuneaton projects. I'm sure officers will be pleased to note that we are running ahead of time. They told me to try and keep strictly to time. But I wanted to try and actually give everyone as much of an opportunity as possible to actually go up to the site and visit Grayson Place, as we can now officially call it. So thank you very much for attending today. And in a minute, once we've ended the live stream, I'll just go over how the arrangements will work for our little tour. So thank you very much for coming, everyone.